Alright, here we go. So playing some sprites, and here's a crazy combo. This is one of the craziest, most toxic combos you can pull off of sprites. So I start off with Nimble Beaver. My opponent's going to activate Maxi, but I have the Ash Blossom in hand, so I'm going to activate that to stop his Maxi because fuck that card. But once I do this, Nimble Beaver will bring out another copy of itself, allow me to go into Gigantic Spright. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and bring out a Monster Negate so that way he can't ash anything that I do. Also, I'm going to grab Starter so that way if my combo, if anything happens, if I get an Nibiru or anything like that, I can just continue to make plays with Starter. I go Gigantic Spright, bring out Nightmare Corruptor Eebly, link those two off, and that'll give Eebly to my opponent on their side of the field. I go Spright Elf. Spright Elf is now protecting this card from being targeted. So they have the Corruptor Eebly on their side of the field, and then I'm going to go IP Masquerena, and I still have Starter, so then that way I can go into Carrot, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Bring out Spright Carrot. So now I'm not being affected by, I can basically stop a spell and I can stop a monster effect. Gigantic Spright is just here so that way when I activate the effect I'll have something to pitch, whether that's if I activate red first I can pitch Gigantic Spright. If I activate Carrot first I can pitch Gigantic Spright first, and then I can pitch the other of the two once I do the second form of negation. Now if my opponent tributes off Nightmare Corruptor Eebly, I basically want to hold off on the effect of Elf, so then that way when they tribute it off, they get it off the field, whether that's attacking or just summoning another monster or something. Anything they can do to get this monster off the field, or if they basically normal something, I can use IP Masquerena, spin whatever they normal back to their hand, and then they've eaten up their normal summon, and then they'll just basically have to attack with this to get rid of it. Or what they could do, which is what they're going to do, is tribute this off, and then what I could do is bring it back with Spright Elf, put it back onto the field, link it off with IP Masquerena, going into Nightmare Unicorn, spinning whatever card they put on the field back, and basically it'll be Masquerena plus Corruptor Eebly going into that Unicorn. So Corruptor Eebly will end up back on their field, and I spin back their normal summon, so they won't be able to normal again. They'll have to use their extra deck. So let's see how this plays out. So they tribute it off. I go Spright Elf. And the second they see this, they know what time it is because they know IP Masquerena is going to go into Nightmare Unicorn. So they're pretty much done. GG's, my boy.